Hi dears, good morning. I think all of you are safe at your home, and we can all together pray for having a good situation for us, for having such a good meet in the classrooms. So even though I'm so happy, and you would also be very happy with the classes that you are getting and you are doing your works systematically, and I would like to appreciate each and every one of you that your sincere approach towards the studies that is excellent, and no other words for telling you that you are doing excellently. Okay, so thank you so much for that, and the benefit is going to you. Benefits are going to get to you. Okay, you people are going to get the benefit. Okay, so let us move to today's class. Are you ready, guys? Ready? So then today's class we are going to learn one new topic. The topic is growing middle class envisages and the end to privileges. Growing middle class envisages and end to privileges. So let me tell you one matter. What were the conditions of the French society? Actually, the French society were in a deep crisis, which means the common people were in a crisis in an administrative side, economic side, political side, whatever sides were there, all those sides, these common people were struggled a lot. Okay, so now from this topic we are going to learn growing middle class envisages means the middle class people, a new society is going to be, a new section of people are going to be generated in the French society. That is what we are going to learn now. Okay. So who were this middle class? Middle class people actually originated from the common category. As you know that 90% of the people in France were in common category, right? So out of this 90%, the certain group of people had come up and they became called as this middle class. So how did they become middle class? We will be learning all those. So first paragraph under this growing middle class envisages and end to privileges. Under this paragraph, first paragraph is telling us about all the common people. They wanted to do hard works in France, but even after doing all these kind of hard work, they were not getting any kind of social privileges in the society. And they don't even get a proper consideration from the authority which was ruling them. So from this situation, whatever task they did for removing the Louis XVI, and these all actions were not in a systematic order. So you imagine that if common people are going to fight with a master, master will be having all the financial supports. Master will be having all the financial side. But the common people, they find difficulty to fund for their war. So common people had faced a lot of issues. That issues have been given in the first paragraph. Okay, so first paragraph is very simple, and that is been telling to you is the French society, especially the common people, when they came to attack against this master or Louis XVI, when they decided to agitate against Louis XVI, the common people wanted to get some money. Money was required. So from them, certain group of people had come up as middle class. And they were giving money for the common people and their actions. They were giving the money. They were trying to give this kind of help to the common people. That is what actually we are learning from the first paragraph, my dears. And we are moving to the second paragraph right now. Second paragraph, you can see that 18th century in France, among the common people, there was a massive change. The massive change was the middle class people started to help the commoners, and these commoners basically had a spirit of removing the dictatorship administration from France. Along with that mental support what they had, financial supports too they wanted, my dears. These financial support that they received from the 18th century, how that is what we are going to learn. Suddenly a new category of people cannot come into a society, anywhere it may be. Okay, see, silk and wool has been given. See, here I have given only a few topics, few rectified points I have given. I'll be explaining the topics for you. Okay, silk and wool is two terms have been given. Silk and wool products were produced by the common people, and they sold these products in various markets. And such a manner or such a way, or through that activity, common people started to get some money. Did you get me? How common people converted as a middle class? Very simple. 18th century onwards, common people started to produce varieties of items, and these items were mainly comprised or produced with the help of silk and wool. By using these things, they produced varieties of articles. These articles they exported to many other countries, and those products were purchased by varieties of groups of people, and they had given money to them. So we have to remember one another matter. The French commoners were actually doing certain work, and they were paying tax to the rulers. Nothing were with them to save in their pockets. So 18th century onwards, they could save something. They could earn something. Even though they paid tax, they could save something in their pocket as they were doing their activities out of their countries. Their economic activity became prosperous. They could attain some profit. So after all these kind of works, my dears, they could earn some money. See, that money was essential for them. Money was essential for them. The fund was essential for fighting against the master. Okay, so they decided to do this kind of work. And when they had money, as you know that if a person who had money, people may start to respect him. That's such kind of society that we are also living in. So in French society also, when commoners had no money, when they had no such economic situations or sound economic backgrounds, they were pushing back to the illegal side of the French society. So now 18th century onwards, now they are going to become rich. Okay, now they are going to have some fund in their pockets. So now they are reacting against the masters. In French society, there was a social privilege, and that social privilege was on the basis of birth. Okay, social privileges were on the basis of birth. It was questioned by the commoners or the middle class. Now we are learning about what point? The middle class people, when they were at the bottom part of the society. From that bottom part of the society, now they are moving forward, moving upward. Understood? So when they are moving upward, they wanted lot of factors to be reached up. One of the major factor was, what was the factor? One of the major factor was finance. That they could earn by using their varieties of production activities that they could achieve too. When they got such a base in the economic sphere, they started to react. They started to ask the masters, as you know that the clergy and the nobles, they were the groups of people, they suppressed these common people. When these common people had a mental and financial support, now they are going to fight with their masters, and they were loudly claiming that the social privilege which was there in the French society had to be reduced at any cost. The social privilege was on the basis of birth. If a child who takes birth under a clergy family, by birth that child is going to get all the benefits. If a child who takes birth in the noble family, by birth that child is going to get all the benefits. But you imagine that if a child who is taking birth in the common category, they will be always under suppression. There will be always, that child or the children will be always under struggle. This was the society. This was the social situation or stratas experienced in France. This kind of status should not be. By birth, if a child who takes birth in a clergy family or a noble family or common family, every child have to get the equal consideration from the society. That is what the common people, when they converted from common to the middle class, they pointed and they argued. I think it is clear this point. And I told you one matter, that if common people could secure some amount of money, in their mind there is a strong feel that they are going to remove the master administration. They wanted to get some more injection too, some more motivation too, some more spirit too, some more inspiration too they wanted to get. Let me tell you one example. You all might have heard about APJ Abdul Kalam, right? Huh? Have you? He was the Supreme President of India. He was having such a versatile character. He was such a brave, and at the same time, he was a humble person too. Have you ever noticed one of the quoting of APJ Abdul Kalam? If no, you try to find one quoting of APJ Abdul Kalam today itself. You will be getting inspired. You will be getting inspired. So we are moving by telling APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam's quoting, if you have seen once in your life, when the moment that you have read that quoting, that moment, of course, you will be getting some kind of inspiration, my dears. I personally experienced. What about you? I don't know. For that, you please go a quoting which has been created by APJ Abdul Kalam. So our topic is not about APJ Abdul Kalam. What I'm telling is, the common people of France, they started reaction against the masters. They wanted to get some more inspiration. They wanted to get some more courage. They wanted to get some more moral support. These moral supports were given by the great thinkers and the educated. So when the common people turned to become economically set, at that time the common people started to learn. They could attain education. When they attained education, among them varieties of groups of people had formed. Educated lawyers, teachers, many officers were there from the category of common people. So these people, plus the educated, the thinkers like John Locke, Rousseau and Montesquieu. Who are they? John Locke, Rousseau and Montesquieu. What did they say? What did they tell to the common people of France? Do you know how these group of people or thinkers had helped the people of France? Do you know how did they help them? It was a massive support, my dears. Since these common people were having lot of issues in their life, morally they were pushed up by these social thinkers. When I tell about these people's contribution towards the French Revolution, you will definitely give a salute to this group of thinkers. Okay. Before going to tell you one matter about this John Locke, Rousseau and Montesquieu, let me tell you one of the person who told about the common people in France. Louis XVI, once he coined that, common people have no right to ask any kind of question to me or Louis XVI, or I am the ruler. The ruler is been appointed in France by the God. See, ruler is been appointed by the God, and God is the only person to ask anything to ruler or to this Louis XVI. Who gave him the right? Who gave him the right? He himself said that. What did he say? He himself said that no people in my country should ask a question to me related to my administration. Who gave him the right? So there was a belief that the ruler who have been appointed by the God, so that ruler will be questioned by whom? The God. That was the consideration of Louis XVI. Louis XV was telling that. Louis XV, one another ruler of France, he was telling that after me it is fled. After me it is fled. World will be getting an end. See, what kind of foolishness that he was telling. And how foolish were these common people? That is what we need to remember too, okay? Common people have to do something reactive against those kind of emotional approach towards these rulers. They were catching on the emotional side of the common people. Okay. Then one more cruel personality was there. We discussed that Marie Antoinette, right? Who was she? The wife of Louis XVI. She was such a brutal person. What did she tell you now? She told to the common people, for us the staple food, the favorable food is rice. Rice is the superior one for us. From the childhood days we started to make those kind of habit, that is rice is our favorable food. In France the favorable food for the common people was bread. The availability of bread was reduced at this time. This Marie Antoinette, she was telling that if she is alive, I could have given something to her. Okay. She was telling that if they can't eat bread, tell them to have something else. That something else I am not telling to you, dears. Understood? Marie Antoinette was telling to the common people that if they cannot eat bread, bread was the staple food of the common people, dears. If they cannot eat bread, let them have something else. Who was she for telling this to the common people? In this kind of society, this type of social situations were there in France. From such a situation, the common people are rising upward. They are coming up with the help of their own effort, plus the educated categories of people from the common side. They too joined with the common people and helped financially and spiritually and educationally, socially, politically, every manner. The common people were very well supported. So, when rulers were telling these kind of words to the common people, they wanted to react. For that reaction, three essential or three important personalities were there: John Locke, Rousseau, Montesquieu. John Locke, he said that every citizen of a country should have to get some fundamental right. No government has the right to control the fundamental right of the common people. Who said it? Not by me, not by you, not by the person sitting nearby you. It was told by John Locke. What did he tell? He told that every country's common people should have to get some fundamental rights. No government has the right of controlling or suppressing or dominating over the rights of the common people. That is what. So when these kind of words are being hearing by the common people, yes, we have to react. That kind of courage, that kind of spirit will be forming in the minds of the common people. Of course, if I am the common person, if I experiences all these kind of miseries in my life, and later if I hear these kind of words, definitely I will come out of my home for reacting against the dictatorship administration. It's my case. As your case, I don't know. Okay, then the another person, Rousseau. Rousseau was one another thinker. He made a book. It was Social Contract. A country's government should have to make a agreement with the people. A country's authority and the people who are living in that country should have to make a proper route for the betterment of that nation. There should not be the domination of the authority, or there should not be the domination of the common people. Both government and people have to get a proper connection. That is what Rousseau said. Okay, what did Montesquieu said, the another thinker? Montesquieu, he made the spirit of law, and he said that power should be distributed, or power must be shared between judiciary, executive. Understood? Powers must be shared. Power should not be taken in the hands of a few. Power should not be vested only to a ruler. Power should not be given only to the people. Power must be shared to everybody. These all words were deeply influenced the people of France, and now they are going to march towards the ruler. Okay, now we are going to the another side of the chapter. So this is the growing middle class envisages and end to privileges. So these all kind of actions by the common people which helped themselves, which helped them to have a new route in their life, a new route. They could find a new route. They could make some slight changes in the administrative actions which was led by the Louis XVI. So let me ask you a question. When common people are doing these kind of action from their side, the rulers also started to react. Of course, there will be a clash. As you know that in France, there was a bankruptcy. There was a bankruptcy or a debt trap. When Louis XVI was the ruler of France, he was helping 13 colonies of America. No need at all for supporting that. He wanted to support whom? The commoners of France. At the same time, he supported the other countries' people because of his own personal intention. Okay. So this time, outbreak of the French Revolution. Outbreak of French Revolution. That is what we are going to learn now. Outbreak of French Revolution. The first paragraph, you can see that when common people started to react in this manner, the financial side of the government was flop. So Louis XVI, he decided to increase the tax. Louis XVI decided to increase the tax because the country France were having economic crisis, so that for managing all the economic crisis or for reducing the economic crisis, at any cost he wanted to find some funds, so that he decided to increase the tax. The last time in France the tax was increased in 1614. Okay, after 1614 there were no improvement in the tax was same. But in 1789, when Louis XVI was the ruler, as he was helping the 13 colonies of United States of America, the financial control of the ruler has gone away and the bankruptcy increased, or the debt trap increased. So he decided to increase the tax. See, children, we have learned that the thinkers and how they influenced the French society, and now they are going to fight with the masters. Okay, so the another topic that we have to discuss from this chapter is the outbreak of the French Revolution. Outbreak of French Revolution we will be discussing in the next class. So listen this class very nicely and do your work sincerely. As I said in the beginning, you will do it, and you have proven that already that you did all the works excellently. Okay, so that till the next class, a small break. Thank you and bye bye.